Hey guys, so I'm just kind of messing around with my new GoPro. I'm getting got a bunch of cool camera stuff that I know nothing about, so I'm trying to figure that out. Anyway, that's what I'm doing now. But the reason for this video is I've been asked a lot about how do I eat all this food? Because I got some friends right now that are on a little over 2,000 calories. And they're big dudes, and they're on a little over 2,000 calories, and it's hard for them to eat all that food. Well, you think 2,000 calories, and oh, that's a tiny amount of food. Well, it's all clean food, and that's the difference. So it is a lot of food. I think they're eating 10 ounces of meat at a time, you know, like I do. So it's a lot of food. Now, how do you do that? You have to remember that you're eating for a purpose. You're not eating for pleasure. You're not eating for pleasure no more. It's not because it tastes good. You're eating for a purpose, okay? That goal that you got up there that you want to meet has to be met by that right there, eating, okay? That's why when you go to a gym and you've been going to a gym for years and you see the same guys there and they don't grow and they're the same size as they were last year, that's why. It's not that they're not putting work in the gym, because they are. They're not eating. They're not eating what their body needs to sustain the muscle that they have. So what happens when you can't sustain the muscle that you have? It shrivels down, so you lose muscle, right? So you have to eat your base calories regardless. Now, how to do it? A lot of people, I think, start off with, for one thing, they don't eat breakfast, okay? For one thing, and that's a huge thing. And then they gorge at night, hence all the weight gain. So, yeah, that's got to stop. So now you need to eat in the morning. You need to eat right after you're done with your cardio. You need to eat if you're in prep or you're trying to cut down. You need to eat right after you're done with your cardio. Okay, and that's probably the hardest meal that's going to take for you to eat because you're not hungry. So you just got to shovel it down there. You got to swallow with water. You got to put the time in to do that. After a while, it becomes second nature. You're not going to ever really be hungry for those meals, but it's going to be second nature. Okay, it's 10 o'clock, I got to eat. Whatever. So it took me years to be able to do that. Nowadays, I don't skip my meals. Every once in a while, one of my meals will be late, or every once in a while, I'll have to replace it with a protein drink because I work like a madman and stuff happens. That's okay. It's okay. But the main thing is you got to remember you're eating for a purpose, okay? So if you get that in your head, you're going to have an easier time at it. Now there's little tricks that you can do to make your food a little bit better. Like I know I told you guys about my rice pudding that I make when I'm in prep because it tastes sweet and I like the taste of it. There's stuff like that you can do. You can salt your food. As long as the doctor is okay with that, of course. You can flavor your food as long as it's not sugar that you're putting in it. So you got it. You can't add barbecue sauce. You can't really use ketchup. Now if you're in a bulk, it depends on what your goals are. Okay. Now I'm speaking for a couple guys that are doing this contest that I talked about in the last video. They can't do that. They just plain can't do that. So what's going to happen with them is they're having a hard time eating now, but you give it a month and they're going to be starving, okay? Because they're only on a little over 2,000 calories. And when I say 2,000 calories, you're probably thinking just a little tiny pile of food. Well, that's a big pile of food when it comes to clean food. So just like me, I eat clean calories. That's a lot of food when it's clean. So you can eat one McDonald's hamburger that's 700 calories, or you can eat 10 ounces of beef and a couple cups of rice, which I don't even know what the calories in that. It's probably a lot less than that anyway. But my point is you're eating for a purpose. Don't forget that. Keep on going. Keep on doing what you're doing. Like I said before, none of this is going to be easy for you guys. None of it is. If it's easy for you, all of this, when you add it all together, come tell me what you're doing because you found something that nobody else has. When a bodybuilder retires, it's not necessarily they retire from the gym, because once a bodybuilder, you're always a bodybuilder. You're always going to go in there and work out. Arnold still works out. Ronnie Coleman still works out. The retirement part comes from, I don't have to do prep no more. I don't have to eat all this food anymore because it sucks. That's the worst part, is eating all the food. So, I mean, like right now where I'm sitting, you know, my base calories are 6,000. I'm eating about 8,000 calories a day. 6,000 of it is clean food. Well, I'm bloated all the time. Like, that's a lot of food. I got to eat every 2 or 3 hours. So my stomach is out to here, but it's all ripped, and I got an, 8-pack. It looks like a turtle shell, basically, is what it looks like. But that's what you got to do. That's what I have to do to sustain the muscle that I have. Now, if I want to grow more muscle on top of that, guess what that takes? More food. Now, you can only eat so much food in a day. And, that's the issue. So that's where genetics comes in there and comes into play. But I just don't want you guys to get discouraged about the food part. Just eat your food, man up, eat your food, and go from there, okay? It will become second nature. It'll become religious to you, that you have to have your food, you're going to eat your food. Whether you like it or not, you're going to eat it because you have this goal in mind that you're going to meet. And that's the most important thing. So that's really all I wanted to say for right now. Keep up the good work. I'm really proud of Jackie, Dale, and Julian for this contest that they're doing. Jackie, I think, is in 2 weeks into her contest, and Dale and Julian started last week. Really proud of those guys. I go down and train them every morning. Really proud of them. But, the food is an issue for both those guys, and they're big guys. They're over 300 pounds, each one of them. So, yeah. So anyway, it's not easy. Just remember that. Just remember that it's not easy, and keep up the good work. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. You guys have a good evening, and I will get back to you soon with another video. So like and subscribe. Hit me up with comments. Later.